Good morning, everyone. I'm Jose Sousa. I'm the Assistant Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Economic Development, Prince George's County. On behalf of my boss and DCAO, Angie Rogers, it's a pleasure to welcome all of you here to Hamilton Manor as we help bring to a close Housing Month, a series of events that we've conducted here in Prince George's County for the month of November. It is a brisk but beautiful day here in Hyattsville and in Prince George's County, and we're not going to keep you very long, but we are here to celebrate some important announcements of some really great work and important investments that have been happening at the local level and in partnership with quality teams who have a shared vision about what we see happening in the county and our goals for how we're making it an inclusive place that residents, both young, old, new, and long-term, can enjoy themselves and grow along with Prince George's County. Without further ado, I'd like to bring up our esteemed County Executive, Angela Alsobrooks, to deliver some remarks on today's event. Thank you so much.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is a brisk and chilly day out today. Kind of reminds us why housing is so important to so many in our community. So in so many ways, I think today is an appropriate day. I am really delighted to be here at Hamilton Manor as we have the opportunity to continue to highlight the progress that we're making on housing in Prince George's County. Before I go any further, I want to thank our housing director, Aspasia Espolia, and thank her so much for her leadership. In her absence, I also want to thank Angie Rogers, who's our Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Economic Development, and Jose Sousa, who you've heard from already. I want to thank him also for his leadership in getting us here today. I often talk to Prince Georgians who express to me a concern. And the concern that they often express is that as Prince George's County continues to grow and prosper, and it's not whether we will grow and prosper, the truth is that everyone with eyes can see where Prince George's County is headed, and they are very concerned that those who have invested over many years and over decades will be pushed out of Prince George's. So often when you see economic development occur, and when you see progress, there's a concern that it will become less affordable for those who have been here for years and invested. And so today is yet another example of the ways that we have deepened our investment to keep affordable housing available to all of our residents, and a new program that we have launched to help Prince George's County homeowners also improve their homes. November has been a very busy month for us, and this is, as you know, Housing Month in Prince George's County. And all month long, we have highlighted our efforts to preserve, protect, and expand affordable housing options throughout our county, especially in areas where the median price of housing is expected to rise as new transit options and amenities become available. But it's more than cost that we are concerned about. It's more than cost that controls a neighborhood. We know that it's also about building community, which is why this is so important to us. We've convened subject matter experts, advocates, developers, legislators, and the leaders of our housing agencies to discuss the affordable housing needs in our county, as well as the need to reframe housing as a true racial and social justice issue, which is what we know this is. We know that all too well there's a history of redlining that has occurred, and we know as well how many homes in this region were made inaccessible to our residents simply because of the color of their skin. And tomorrow we'll close out our policy panels that we've been hosting by discussing the role that philanthropy has played and continues to play in housing investments here in our county. As we make investments to guide our growth, we cannot lose sight of housing affordability. I've said it once and I'll say it again, that proper economic development cannot happen if we do not first invest in human development. And that is yet again what today really symbolizes for us, is this is more than just economic development. This is yet another example of the way that we're investing in humans. I'm excited to introduce additional tools in our toolbox for housing today. There's a $15 million right of first refusal preservation fund that allows us to continue our efforts to preserve, protect, and expand housing affordability in our county. Today we are at beautiful Hamilton Manor, and I was reminded that generationally this is where those who were in college around my time stayed in many of these beautiful houses, and it's amazing that one of the owners said that she too lived here when she was in college. Was it you lived here or your friends lived here? Her friends lived here when she was in college, and so it's so amazing that she's able to be here today. This complex is owned by a profit offering 245 affordable units for Prince Georgians to call home, and 75% of the units here are capped at a reduced area median income, which helps preserve affordability. I want to thank the National Housing Trust Real Estate Arm, NHT Communities, and Washington Housing Conservancy for their vision for this property. I don't know what's happening today. I tell you, it must be the wind. Every other word is just not working with me. Their decision to take on this property in partnership with us through right of first refusal has made it possible to preserve these units as affordable for Prince Georgians. But what exactly is the right of first refusal? And it is to support affordable housing over the long term. We've exercised the right of first refusal at Hamilton Manor. Under the right of first refusal, the Prince George's County Department of Housing and Community Development may purchase or assign the right to purchase multifamily buildings with 20 or more units when the owner intends to sell the property. Here in Hyattsville, developments like Hamilton Manor are prime candidates for our right of first refusal program because of the increase we've seen in the price of housing and the cost of rent here in recent years. By exercising the right of first refusal, we are protecting the affordability of these units for the long term, keeping families safe and secure in their homes. Funding for this purchase came from the federal loan provider Fannie Mae, along with the Washington Housing Impact Pool mezzanine loan. The Washington Housing Impact Pool has also helped countless projects across our region preserve affordable places to live. Already, this project is making life better for residents. Hamilton Manor now has new washers and dryers, better energy efficiency through new lighting and replacement water heaters. The new property managers here at Hamilton Manor are meeting with residents to learn about what is working in this community and what needs to be improved. Soon, Hamilton Manor will offer programming meant to enhance personal and professional opportunity, something that did not exist under the previous owners. We want our residents to understand the resources that are available to them. And while we're working to expand new housing options, we want to make sure that every resident in Prince George's County knows where to look for guidance on affordable housing. This includes resources from the Department of Housing and Community Development, which administers our emergency rental assistance program and offers our residents access to the information they need to stay safe and secure in their homes. So we're launching so many exciting programs here. Already, Prince George's County has allocated $1 million in American Rescue Plan funds for the creation and operation of the Home Ownership Preservation Program. And this program will serve low-income Prince George's County homeowners living in qualified census tracts. And half of the areas this program serves are along the Purple Line corridor, and this is so significant. We've partnered with Habitat for Humanity, Metro Maryland, also to administer this program, and this has allowed so many to again remain in housing that will continue to really gain in terms of its value and make it really unaffordable for some to live. So this really does address that issue and allows those who have been here for years and their families to have an opportunity to be here. So we are making progress on affordable housing. We're proud of the model that we're setting. We believe this is not only a model for Prince George's, but this truly is a model also across the state of Maryland and in the region. And I want to thank everyone who has played a role in making today possible. So I'm going to turn over the program to Jose, who will bring up our next speaker. And I know it's really chilly out here, so I see you all shivering. So we're going to talk quickly, but today is such an important day, and I want to thank everyone who's been a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive. I also want to quickly recognize, she couldn't be with us here today. She's at a council meeting, but Vice Chair Denny Tavares, I know that she played an integral role in meeting with the teams when they were approaching this property, and also the help of the Hyattsville city officials who also met with the owners around what their plans were for this. And so I'm happy to bring up two individuals who are key to why we're here today. So I'm going to call up to the podium JT Englehart from NHT Communities and Kimberly Driggins from Washington Housing Conservancy to address you on behalf of the ownership team here.
Good morning. I'm JT Engelhart with NHT Communities. We are a regional nonprofit developer and owner with a mission and history of preserving, improving, and creating housing as affordable in good locations. This successful use of the Prince George's County right of first refusal program here allowed us to do all three. In terms of preserving, this property is currently what we would call naturally affordable. It's affordable, relatively affordable now, but because of its transit-friendly inside the Beltway location and trends in Hyattsville and the region, it was clearly at risk of becoming unaffordable for its residents. And in terms of improving, we will be proactive owners. We have a 10-year building improvement plan that includes early energy efficiency efforts, in-unit upgrades of building systems such as roofs and heating systems. And this is also important. We will work to create a true community with efforts led by our partner, Washington Housing Conservancy, and their mixed income housing initiative that they've done at other locations already in the region. And in terms of creating affordable housing, this property had no income restrictions before we purchased it. As part of the purchase, we've agreed to keep 3/4 of the property affordable to households earning less than 80% of area median income for 20 years. This creates affordable housing where there was none before. This came together because of partnerships, a partnership with the county and a partnership with Washington Housing Conservancy. The county provided housing investment trust funds and a payment in lieu of taxes to help us stretch to match the purchase price that triggered the county's right of first refusal, which has a 6-month time frame. We had to move very quickly, and county staff prioritized this work and delivered in time for us to buy the property in August. Washington Housing Conservancy is also a partner. Kimberly Driggins will talk more about the Conservancy, but we have a lot of mission overlap. Over the years, NHT Communities has used many traditional affordable housing financing tools to work primarily in high opportunity, good neighborhoods like this. However, most of these financing tools do not work quickly enough for the 6-month ROFR timeframe. The Washington Housing Conservancy also focuses on acquiring, creating mixed income properties in high opportunity neighborhoods with rapidly rising rents. But they're using a new financing tool that can work quickly, and that's the JBG Smith Washington Housing Impact Pool. As County Executive Alsobrooks mentioned, it's our mezzanine lender. Through the use of the impact pool and their knowledge of the property from its initial listing in the fall of 2020, we were able to move that much more quickly in the April to August timeframe to buy Hamilton Manor together, and our partnership enabled that. And here's Kimberly to talk about the Washington Housing Conservancy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kimberly Driggins. I'm the Executive Director of the Washington Housing Conservancy. It's a joy to be here today on this crisp autumn day, closing out Housing Month with Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks and her esteemed staff. We are honored to be part of the Housing Month and really talking about the expansion of the First Right of Refusal program. The Washington Housing Conservancy, we were created in 2018, and we're a not-for-profit 501c3 that preserves affordable housing, avoids displacement, and promotes economic mobility for people of color specifically. We are very excited. This is our second purchase, our first in Prince George's County, which we hope will be one of many. And our model is a bit different, as others have spoken about. I'd like to just talk about 3 to 4 key points. We fuse private sector real estate expertise to promote access to capital and achieve efficiencies of scale, and we have a social impact mission. We compete with for-profit developers to purchase these properties in high-opportunity neighborhoods where rents are currently affordable, but they're in the path of growth. As my colleague JT Engelhart said, that this is market rate affordable today, but there were no protections on it through the first right of refusal program and partnering with the county, we're able to ensure that rents at Hamilton Manor will remain affordable for over 20 years, protections that did not exist prior to exercising the first right of refusal program and our purchase of this property. So we're super excited. We're going to be stabilizing housing for families so they don't have to worry about escalating rents, and that they'll have a stability and peace of mind to think about other opportunities for wealth building and economic mobility. We are providing a blueprint for preservation across the area, the DMV, that will look at this housing and really think about how we can use flexible capital, private capital, to preserve this housing stock. I think that it's cold. I think that there's a lot more to say, but we're really excited about working with our residents. We have a model that really thinks about residents first and resident-led engagement, and we're excited to partner with National Housing Trust Communities to bring that program to life. I'd like to thank the county for being here, and with that, I will conclude and turn it back over to Jose. Thank you.
People forget to realize that one of the side effects of wearing a mask, in addition to keeping you safe, is it keeps your face warm. So the masks can be really helpful on a day like today. I think what we heard from JT and what we heard from Kimberly is an example of what we do when we partner together, when we bring together nonprofits, private investments, county investments, and the public sector to work together on an issue of such great importance for us. Housing Month is coming to a close, but that's just the beginning of the work that we're doing. There's a lot of work still ahead. We've got a great team doing it, and I'm really grateful to the county executive for bringing together the expertise that she has built on her staff to lead these efforts. Please visit mypgc.us/housing to see the rest of the events. There's 2 more events tomorrow, and you'll also be able to take a look at the video recordings of the policy panels that we've done earlier this month. I want to just quickly close by again thanking DHCD Director Expolia and her team, Alexis and Pam and Adam, all of you for all the great work, but also recognize Habitat for Humanity. They're here today for the great work they're going to be doing in concert with us and administering this other program that we just finished announcing. Thank you all for coming, and please stay warm.